The dreaded back pain. We've all had it, we've all felt it, especially if you're over 35. I've had back pain now since I was 21. Hurt my back playing basketball. I got 2 dehydrated discs in my lower back. So I've been managing my back pain for a long time. I've always found that trying to strengthen the back has been my preferred option, and it's something I've found has helped me still maintain my strength. I've managed to work around my injury and still back squat 185, 200 kilos, and deadlift 209 kilos just last week. So as I say, back pain is something I've had to deal with, so I'm in the same boat as you. And these are the 5 exercises, plus a few little extras that I've used to help me keep in the game. Now, just before we continue, if you have any back pain, any shooting pain down the legs, then go and see a physio, go and see a doctor. Okay, this isn't a routine to cure your back pain. This is a routine to help manage and give you all the tools you need to be able to stay in the game, keep lifting, keep active, and manage your back pain. In my experience, a lot of people struggle with the connection between the front muscles and the back muscles. Now, what I mean by that is we need to be able to brace our core whilst doing all of these exercises. Now, your spine is surrounded by, I say surrounded, is supported by your diaphragm, so the bit that you breathe, and then you have your muscles around the outside of that. And what we want is for the diaphragm and the muscles to create a corset. They then suck in and tighten up to create tension, intra-abdominal tension, to be able to support your spine. So when you do your deadlifts, go running, pick up your kids, whatever it is, you have that support structure in place. Now, if you've hurt your back, and I found this over the years, that relationship gets damaged. If you have a job that requires sitting down a lot, if your glutes aren't working very much, if you haven't trained a while, if you've put on a few pounds, a little bit of timber, and I also need to lose a little bit of timber myself, but if you have any of these things going on, sometimes you maybe have all of these things going on, we need to figure out how to switch it all back on. So here's a little bonus exercise that I use to be able to teach how to brace. Let's go down onto the floor and I'll show you. So as I said before, the bracing is all about getting your abs, your transverse abs, so the abs down the side, all working in connection with your back and your diaphragm. So 2 ways to figure out how to brace. First one, for those with no kit, grab the soft bit between your hips and your ribs, okay? And all I want you to do is just cough. Now, hopefully, when you coughed, you felt your abs tighten up. Okay, so one more time. So I can feel my abs tightening. Now, the goal is on the next cough, so we're going to do one more. I want you to cough and hold your abs as tight as you can. Now, I'm trying to talk and brace together. That is the goal, so I can keep all of this musculature active whilst talking. There's your challenge. Let me know in the comments if you can brace and talk. Now, if you've got a bit of kit, and I've got a kettlebell here, another way to do this and start working on this, to be able to get yourself a nice strong core, grab a kettlebell. This is 12 kilos, and just place it just above your pelvis, so on your belly button, really. Okay, and all I want you to do is, so I'm just relaxed now, can I lift the kettlebell up with my abs? So can I brace my core? Can I suck my abs in? And can I push the kettlebell out? Now, what I want you to try and do is at every rep, push out the abs, suck in your core, and keep the kettlebell up. So there's a relaxed one. As you can see, it's sunk all the way into my belly. And then hold tension through the core, push out the kettlebell, and try and hold that for about 30 seconds. If you want to do reps, but always do a little pause at the top. So there's your bonus exercise. Get that brace in, practice that, because you'll need that whether you're gardening, shifting some heavy tin, or going for a run. You need to have a strong core. So here we go on to exercise 1 for real. The dead bug. Super simple, just look like a dead fly on the windowsill. You're gonna lie back. You're gonna put your arms in the air, just like that fly is dead, and you're gonna lift your knees up, feet off the floor. So you're almost doing an upside down tabletop, okay? Now the goal for this is we need to push the lower back into the floor. So there should be no space between my back and the floor, okay? Now, progression-wise, we want to lift the head up a little bit and lift the shoulders up off the floor, okay? So this is progression 1. Can you hold this position, talking whilst bracing? I'm feeling that core braced. Now, progression 2. Can I take my hands overhead, independent, okay, whilst holding that core, so all the while pushing the abs in to squeeze that diaphragm to support the spine. Can I take a leg out? Okay, it gets a little bit harder with the legs because the levers are harder. Keep that core tight. Can I take that leg out? Now the full dead bug. Can I take both the hands and feet out, opposite, so left to right, right to left, whilst keeping that back stuck to the floor. You've got to keep the back. So exercise 2 is the glute bridge. Now we've covered the glute bridge before, and in all honesty, my iPhone filming was crap, so I've used the GoPro footage for this part. Now, the main difference between this and the last demo of the glute bridge is what we're doing to get set up. So what I want you to think about doing is tightening your abs, squeezing like we did in the brace position. And I want you to tilt your hips towards your head. So imagine you've got a bowl of water on your hips and you're trying to tip it towards your face. Then once you've done that, drive the glutes up and squeeze as hard as you can. Now at every rep, just reset. So suck those abs in, create that strong brace position, tilt the hips, and then drive up. So for this particular exercise, just take your time, make sure you do that sequence correct, and everything else should be pretty golden. Exercise 3 is the bird dog. Now we're going to flip upside down. So all the stuff we've just done on the back, we're going to repeat on the front. So let's go with a little bit of cat-cow first, just to get the right back position. So the cat stretch is where we push the shoulders down, squeeze the glutes, tuck the hips under. The cow stretch is where we stick the bum in the air, shoulders in the air, head up, and then let the belly drop. And we need to be able to go from the cat stretch to the cow stretch. And then from there, I want to find the middle. Now, whenever I've done this correctly, I feel my abs start to turn on. So hopefully yours are too. Brace, suck the abs in. We're going to do this in 4 parts. The first part is going to slide your left leg straight back, and your bum should be rock solid. Slide the left leg right back, and that is stage 1. Stage 2, we're going to have the arms. So as I drag the right foot back, I'm going to row the left arm up. Okay, so same on the other side, left leg back, row, bum is super tight. Okay, from there, progression 3, going to drive the right leg back, bring the elbow up, keep your core tight, and then lift and punch. That is a good dead bug. Okay, so abs tight, we'll do on the other side. We're going to drag the left foot back, squeeze the glutes, row the arm. Core is tight. From there, I'm going to lift the leg, punch overhead, and that is a good old-fashioned dead bug. Those perform correctly. Keep the intensity and speed low. Make sure your bum is working. That is the goal. Again, we're starting to link the chain from the toes to the fingers, making sure everything is active. Good luck. Let's go to exercise 4. So exercise 4, we've got just a good old-fashioned hinge. Now we hinged in the previous video, but we're going to go again. But again, we're going to focus on a couple of key points. Brace, cough, get tight. Okay, from here, you're going to shift your hips back and we're going to hinge. Okay, only go in to about 45. So hands on the knees is a good kind of reference point. So if your abs are tight, from here, you're going to drive your glutes forward. Okay, everything then is still switched on. Abs are tight, glutes are tight, quads are tight. Last exercise, exercise 5. Let's crush it, let's go. Exercise 5, we're going to work on a little bit of anti-rotation. Your spine wants to stay as straight as possible. So if we had loads left or right, left hand, right hand, then we're going to start wanting to tilt away or tilt into. And we want to try and control that movement because that's when we're likely to get a bit of a torque in the lower back and we're going to get that injury, that pain. Start light. I've just got a 12-kilo kettlebell. You can start with a can of beans. You can start with a shopping bag loaded with, I don't know, some spaghetti or some pasta. Whatever you've got in the cupboard, throw it in there, but keep it light. Okay? So we're going to lift up to the deadlift or to the standing position. All right? Brace your core. Even holding it here, no movement, I can feel myself wanting to lean into it. It's pulling me over, which means I want to counterbalance and go this way. I want you to stay as straight as you can. And then we're going to walk. So let's try and see if we can walk off, walk back, and see if we can get that core. So I'm always holding the core tight, brace in the middle, holding it nice and strong. Okay? Anti-rotation as well as rotation. The spine needs to be able to do both and be strong in both. So there is the 5th and final exercise. So there you have the 5 exercises: bird dog, hinge, dead bug, glute bridge, and the carry. Now, how do you put that into practice? I would suggest choosing 3 of those exercises and trying to do a workout 3 times a week. Now, the stretching, the core work I did at the beginning, the bracing, you can do that all the time. And I suggest that whenever you lift the shop in or whatever, you just run through that little bracing procedure. If you need to cough, just a little one in the sleeve, just so you don't do it on anyone's face. But when it comes to the exercises, depending on your level, will depend on how many you do. So let's say you're a beginner, going to start doing the like the dead bugs, and we're just going to go arms independent and legs independent, maybe 5 circuits. If you're going to do the full dead bug, then I would suggest 5 each side, maybe 2 sets. Okay? If it's too difficult to do 5, start at 2. Wherever your situation is, just start. Leave some room in the tank. Okay, we're not going out all out crazy because we don't want to hurt. The goal is to activate and initiate the movement, not pulverize it. Okay, so 2 sets, 5 to 10 reps, and 3 times a week. So if you'd like help with that, I've got a little starter guide in the description. I've written everything down for you. Put the sessions in there 3 times per week. Just follow it, give it a go. Leave me a comment, see how you get on, and I'll be happy to help if I can. I'll read every comment and make sure everything is going well. And, well, let's hope that you are back to shifting some serious tin in no time.